Hi everybody, this is Dr. Anya, and today I'm talking to you about some myths around male sexuality. So, working with so many male clients over the years, clients, students who've taken my classes, I hear time and time again that there's a lot of pressure. They feel a lot of pressure to be super studs in the bedroom. The ways that boys are taught in our culture to be, ready to go all the time, and you need to take charge in the bedroom, and there should always be an erection, and if you don't have an erection, something is gravely wrong with you. These messages start from a really young age, and maybe you can relate to that. 14 years old, 13 years old, all of the cultural messages that boys receive, and then as they grow into men, finding that maybe sometimes things are different than that. Sure, maybe sometimes there is that hot passion and horniness and erections are all fine and dandy, and sometimes possibly that's just not happening. And especially the first time that a man goes through an experience of what's been called erectile dysfunction, which I term erectile variation. I don't like the word dysfunction. In the past, it's been called impotence. The first time that happens to a man and he's shocked, and maybe his partner is shocked, it can be very embarrassing. And that psychological toll and emotional toll can end up becoming a loop in that guy's head. So he's thinking, the next time this might happen, or there's something wrong with me, or I'm young, like I've gotten everything checked out at the doctor, why is this happening? I am broken. And potentially the next time he goes to have a sexual encounter, the same thing might happen. So kind of a negative feedback loop. Anxiety goes up, body doesn't really respond in the way that it would if there wasn't anxiety present. And potentially over time, this can kind of become an entrenched issue, especially if the partners themselves are thinking that there's something wrong. Sometimes the other partner might think, oh, there's something wrong with me, he's not attracted to me, and it becomes this loop. I see this time and time again. So the first thing to do around this is to know that it's perfectly normal to have erectile variation. And why I don't like to call it dysfunction is, as soon as you put the word dysfunction on there, what does that tell you? What does that very word symbolize or mean? The definition of it: non-functioning, not functioning properly, broken. So once the brain hears that word, it's very hard to recover from that definition. So what I like to tell my clients is erectile variations are perfectly normal. It happens with people with vulvas and vaginas all the time. But we don't freak out about it as much, because a man's erectile tissue is like an outie versus a innie. It's just really obvious when that happened. So just normalizing it. Hey guys, guess what? Sometimes you're going to have erectile variations. That's okay. It's totally fine. You don't need to, get super upset about it. Just know it's a normal factor in life. And there can be reasons why that can happen. Alcohol can cause that. Stress levels at work. Lack of an emotional connection with a partner. Lack of true attraction to the partner. Or just who knows why. But it can happen, and that's okay. So if it happens to you in the middle of a sex act or before a sex act, you can tell yourself, all right, this is normal. Dr. Anya said erectile variations can occur. Try something else. Try taking, I call it penis in vagina, off the table, and do some other erotic play. Maybe the erection will come back, maybe it won't, maybe it needs to wait until the next day if you've had a bunch of alcohol or other recreational drugs. I often find that when men's stress levels go down, boom, their erections come back, so maybe just wait for that. And then the other thing that's super important is that, the partners become really educated so that they know it's not me. Because often what happens is if somebody becomes really insecure in that can create, again, that kind of idea that there's something wrong in the relationship versus this is just how the body works sometimes. Erectile variations, up and down and around. So the partner of this person can also be like, okay, it's okay, this is normal, and we'll try P and V maybe next week. Now, if this is somebody that you're not going to see again, it's a kind of a casual encounter, everybody just, cool your heels a little bit and really try not to freak out about it. And I am absolutely here for any support and more advice. You could always seek out, another sexologist or sex educator to talk to about this. There's plenty of literature out there if you dig around and look for, erectile variations. I would stay away from searching for erectile dysfunction. That's really something that you want to talk about with your medical professional. That's a diagnosis that I leave for things like what we call an organic dysfunction, which really comes from another physiological issue or symptom in the body or physical issue in the body like diabetes and other things that can really impact the erection versus just like a one-off situation, or maybe it's a time in your life where you're having less erections. Go get checked out, but please don't diagnose yourself with erectile dysfunction, especially within the realm of normal. So I hope this was helpful. Please do reach out if you need any more assistance, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Peace.